And one of the things, Napoleon Hill always talked about, which I think for me is one thing that I've carried and for through his teachings was the mastermind concept,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I remember that chapter in the book, and um, I believe he talked about like that he would close his eyes and he would picture a round table where he had
Mm-hmm.
all these people sitting on there, like I think he had Abraham Lincoln and all
Yes.
these other people, right?
Yeah.
And he would close his mind and close his eyes, and he would go around the table, and he would, in his mind's eye, he would picture how these great people would advise him
Yes.
on his decisions, and I thought it was so fascinating. It was a bit far out too, because I was like, really? How does that work? But
Yeah.
it excited me. The term mastermind excited me and the process excited me. And so maybe Cleona, share with us that how do you teach that in the what's the modern take on that mastermind? How do you
Yeah.
teach it? And from the tribal aspect, how are you creating a mastermind for yourself? What is your inner circle?
Yes, yes, I love it. So, yes, the mastermind it's basically when two or more are gathered together in a spirit of harmony with a common purpose. And so Napoleon had what he called invisible counselors. And I have my invisible counselors. Like even coming here to sit here with you today, I had to close my eyes, talk to a couple of them. And so, um, you have the spiritual realm, the invisible realm, whatever you want to believe in, but you can call them your guides. And they are usually people that you admire and that you trust. It could be a family member, it could be someone great at business. Like he had Andrew Carnegie and others in his guidance council. And so, but in today's terms, we teach the mastermind. It should be no more than 12 people. You should actually seek for your own mastermind for your life and your business. And you should be finding people that are in harmony with your goals, that can help you with your goals. But more importantly, the mastermind is about what can you contribute to the mastermind. It's not about just getting a group of people together to get. It's actually about getting a group of people together in harmony to give
Mm,
to the
mm,
mastermind. And so when you approach it with that intention of giving, you automatically start to attract the right people. And you should approach them, you should ask them, are you interested in the mastermind? You should meet once a week and for 30 minutes to an hour. Like there's a process, there's a timekeeper. Everyone shares every week, everybody gets a turn. What do you need help with? So there's an actual process to a mastermind, taking notes and then having accountability with your mastermind, seeking help for your business, your life. And so we teach that. I have a mastermind myself right now with only one woman, and it's just me and her. She's very successful in this space as well in personal development. And so, and then how I'm sharing this with the world is through the Napoleon Hill Institute. We have a huge community all over the world, and we're teaching people to create their own masterminds. We also do dinners, and we have people come do a mastermind at dinner, study together, help one another, and that's how we're going to share it with the world. But I think everyone should have a mastermind. It's almost like having a second family. Not everyone had a great family growing up,
right.
right? Dysfunction and so on.
Sure.
This is a chosen family that you can lean on and you can trust. Everyone should have a mastermind.
I love it. And is the goal to get to 12? Is that the goal, to get to 12, or is there a set number, or it depends on what you're comfortable with?
It's about harmony. You have to make sure you're inviting the right people in, because if you invite the wrong people, they can destroy the harmony of the group. And then you have to ask them to leave. You have to do a vote. And you don't want to do that. That's why I'm keeping mine small for now. Being very careful with who comes in. Um, But the goal is not to go to 12, but Napoleon taught us it shouldn't be more than 12 because once it gets too big, then it's diluted. Not everybody has time to share and
Right,
speak
right,
and so
right,
on. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And I don't know if just a theory, but I was thinking about like the 12 apostles,
That's what I was,
you
yeah,
know,
thinking of as well.
I
Yes.
don't know for sure, but it might have some significance.
Oh,
Yeah, the
that's great.
disciples.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it's such a, when I read that in the book, I thought it was such a brilliant concept.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think in this day and age, Cleona, and as we we're digitally connected with
Mhm.
everybody, but yet lonely
Yeah.
in our own world. We don't have, maybe we have lots of connections, maybe we have lots of followers, but
Mhm.
we don't have that inner circle where we can share our weaknesses and our
Yeah.
victories at the same time, you know. And I think people lack that, and I think that, so that concept of mastermind, I think, really needs to be emphasized in this day and age,
Mhm.
especially with AI, with all the digital
Yes.
connections. Just,
Yeah.
I think that people need that, right? Because it's much more of an authentic connection, and it goes beyond family, right? Because sometimes, you have family and you can talk to family members, but
Mm.
it's not the same as a mastermind, because here you are interdependent, right?
Yes.
And you're counting on each other and supporting each other,
Yes. Yes.
And I have a good friend of mine who uses the term ecosystem,
Mhm.
and creating that ecosystem that nurtures everybody that's
Mhm.
part of it,
Yeah.
and I think that's, as we go forward, I think that's going to be more and more important,
Yeah, I agree.
you know.
Especially with AI now. People are getting more and more disconnected. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even Napoleon Hill Institute, what we're focused on now is doing more in person
Mm.
and setting up these meetup events and getting our community into rooms, sharing a meal, sharing their goals. Like that's where we're headed now because of this reason. We need community, we need support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it I tell people that anything great is going to come out of co-creation and collaboration,
Yes.
right?
That's right.
I
Yeah.
mean, you and I individually, there's only so much we can do,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And but we need collaboration to do great things,
Yes.
you know.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I think one of the most important elements of a mastermind is we believe when there's two or more together, two minds together, we're then plugged into infinite intelligence, God, cosmos, whatever you want to believe in. When the two minds are in a spirit of harmony, you actually plug into that source of information where you will get ideas that you won't receive on your own. It's very important. Most people don't understand how that works. But people get the greatest ideas from the mastermind.
No, I love that. Yeah, I guess the saying that 1 plus 1 is not 2, but more like 11, right?
Yes, yes.